It's quite difficult to condense some 23 years down into 10 minutes. So here it goes. I was born into a nominal Christian home, and even though family wasn't particularly well, family had issues and all that sort of thing, and there was influences of astrology and other New Age beliefs and practices in the family. There's one thing that was constant, and that was Bible stories. And I went to a Catholic school for a while. I didn't like it because they were quite forceful with me to achieve in spite of many hardships like dyslexia, and my family weren't too happy with the fact that they kept insisting that I would be much more successful if I were to be converted to Catholicism. I was only about 7 or 8 at the time, didn't understand a word of it really, but I believed in God. I believed there was a person called Jesus Christ. The Holy Ghost scared me because I was scared of ghosts, and even though I was quite fascinated by them. And it was called St. Michael's School, so they had this thing about this guy called Michael, who was an angel, and the devil, and they used to talk about Mary a lot, which gave me the impression that Mary was to be worshipped. She was like God, basically. So as I went into my latter years as a junior and became a teenager, you could say that I didn't really go much for religion or church. I was more interested in other things. And then I got confirmed into the Church of England when I was in my early teens, which meant I could take communion. And that was it, pretty much. But I did, as I went through school, find the whole subject of religious education quite interesting. And I went through school, and in the end, when it came to my options, my choices of lessons I wanted to study, RE was one of them. And I just had this feeling that the Bible was trustworthy. It was just a feeling, no evidence at all. I believed in God. I couldn't believe that it all just happened in Big Bang. So anyway, at school I remember I would go to Christian Union on a Monday, and then on Thursday it would be Mysteries Club, where it was really great stuff. We talked about UFOs and ghosts and different forms of psychic phenomena, Middle Earth theories, Hollow Earth theories was actually there were. We have a parallel Earth inside the Earth. Near-death experiences. I looked at different religions, myths, legends, and it was at one of these effectively New Age gatherings at my school. In my mid-teens, I first heard of the return of Jesus Christ. Of course, the Jesus of the New Age is a spiritual being, a Christ spirit. Christ spirit's been going on for ages. Muhammad had it, Buddha had it. A few of the Old Testament characters knew of it, but it wasn't the Jesus of the Bible, it wasn't the Christ of the Bible. When I eventually left school, I had quite a mixed opinion as to whether the Bible was true, Jesus of the Bible being true, or whether he was one of many reincarnations of this Christ spirit. But I couldn't shake myself from the fact that out of all the religious books in the world, the Bible seemed to be the only one that rang true. I went into work and spent most of my latter teens feeling very unfulfilled. My religiosity was based upon the fact that Christ and the New Age were synonymous. They were the same. And one day when I was in the pub, amazing who you meet in the pub, I met a man who told me about that he believed in the Christ, and the Christ was going to return, which I believed in, and he believed that there were spiritual truths that were found in the Bible, and I trusted the Bible. I'd had conversations with people who were Jehovah's Witnesses, and with people influenced by Adventism, as well as people who were also into the New Age, etc. And a lot of what this guy said rang true. So he invited me to subscribe to a magazine which he subscribed to, called The Plain Truth magazine, and this was being published by the Worldwide Church of God. And I subscribed to it. It was free, fantastic, and I began to study the Bible through the materials that the Worldwide Church of God produced, and my eyes began to be open to a degree. I started reading Plain Truth magazine at the period of time that Herbert W. Armstrong had just died, and several of his leaders were now going in different directions. And the Worldwide Church of God was now becoming more Christian in its thinking, taking the scriptures as the Orthodox Christian Church would certainly agree to. I mean, when I say that, I mean Orthodox Christianity, historical, biblical Christianity, and accepting the Trinity, etc., rather than what it was teaching beforehand. So, I came away from my experience in the Worldwide Church of God a little bit confused, but thankfully, because I was actually part of the church at that time, and I didn't have any point of reference, I actually began to attend the local church, a Methodist church in fact, because, well, basically I had a choice of two. I had a choice of the Church of England, which to me was dead boring, and the Methodist church, which a friend was attending at the time, so I went there, and when I went there, there was a woman preacher, and this at the time, of course, women preachers and women priests were in news in England, so I thought, radical, yes! So that's why I began attending the Methodist church.